I'm just catching up on Love Island USA Season 6 on the ITV Media Player, and I've just realised that that's me currently up to date. Now, I could have downloaded the full thing and watched it, but I thought I'm just going to watch it every day because I've got nothing else to watch. So I'm currently on episode 6 or 7, and I've watched it over the past few days because I couldn't get my TV Media Player to work. But as I'm watching this, I'm realising the hypocrisy of humanity. Like, I know that a lot of people say that guys are dicks, but I think that women are just as bad. Watching reality TV for me, especially Love Island and Temptation Island and F-Boy Island and things like that, you really see that people are complete cunts. Usually I would give specific names and put pictures in the background, but because I'm talking about 6 episodes, I'm just going to talk about some of the main things that stick out to me. As with every season of Love Island, when the boys and girls first meet, I get so confused because when I was in high school, I'm sure most of us went through a phase where we fancied a lot of the boys and the boys fancied pretty much every single girl. But once you get to a certain age, maybe 14 or 15, you grow out of that and you start to like people for their personality or specific physical features. But I feel like on Love Island, they're always like, oh, all the girls are hot, oh, all the guys are hot. And it's like, well, are they? Are they really? Now, obviously, I'm a 40-year-old woman and I do not fancy 20-something-year-old men. I can appreciate that some of them might be handsome or they might be cute or the women are good-looking or whatever, but at no point have I ever watched one of these episodes and thought, oh my god, every single person is stunning. Is it just me? So they've been playing games and doing challenges, so it's already more fun than the UK version, which, let's face it, wouldn't be difficult. But they had to show numbers on cards and then the rest of them had to guess whether the next one was higher or lower. So they were showing their body counts, right? I don't think they've ever done that in the UK one before, but I was like, oh, interesting. So one of the guys, his body count was 150. But then in the next game it said, what do you think he thinks is acceptable for a woman's body count to be? And it was 10. 10. He's slept with 150 women and he thinks it's only acceptable for a woman to sleep with 10 men. And I was like, what a fucking arsehole. There was another guy as well who'd slept with like 75 and I think his limit was 10 or 15. And I was like, do you know what? See if I was paired up with him in the house and I was like falling in love with him and I thought, oh my god, he is a fucking solid 12 out of 10. And that came up, I'd be like, do you know what? Actually, fuck off. I was actually watching a video the day and the woman was talking about how older men look for younger women who haven't slept with as many men and don't have any kids. Meanwhile, they've got 6 kids to different women. And I know that not all men are the same, but you see this time and time again. It's like a man can go out and be a complete slut, but he wants his girlfriend to be a virgin, and it's like, grow the fuck up, get a fucking life. I can't stand it. Like, I literally cannot stand it. The hypocrisy blows my mind. Not only that, but I think to myself, it's like an old man thing. Like back in the day, women supposedly didn't sleep with as many men. They met their husband and they married them and they had kids and that was it. But younger guys don't have the same mindset. But obviously they do. They're still cunts. Not that the women are completely innocent. As always, we've got the women saying, oh, if I'm going to be second choice, just don't pick me. Oh, if he's going to kiss her, he better not come back to me. Oh, if he likes 2 people, then he can just choose her. I'm not going to be second best. Meanwhile, they're literally talking to other guys, kissing other guys, and being like, oh, I'm here for me, I'm here to do the right thing for me. But he's not allowed to go and do the right thing for him. He's not allowed to fucking say boo to a goose. One of the girls was talking to 2 guys and she told one of them that she was 50-50 and she told her current partner that she was number 1. And when he found out, then his feelings were really hurt, as they would be. So she ended up picking her current partner and the bombshell was like, oh, you told me you were 50-50, you made out as if you were going to pick me, blah, blah, blah. So then she went in a huff. So when they had a challenge and they had to choose who they wanted to kiss, she chose the bombshell, who she didn't pick. So obviously her current partner was confused, right? And he's like, you've chose me, you told me that you were all in on me, and then you've chose him to kiss. And she was like, oh, it was a joke, I thought it was funny. And I was like, but would it be funny if he picked somebody else? No, you'd be fucking going mental. It's complete double standards. There was another girl who chose somebody other than her partner, and then when he was upset about it, she's like, oh, is it really a big deal? Oh, is it really a big deal? So then he said, oh, well, if other people come in, then I'm going to get to know them, and then if I kiss them, then fair enough. And she's like, oh, no, I don't want him to kiss other people. Well, fuck you, bitch. He's doing that because that's how you acted. It's always the same with women. It's okay for them to do it, but it's not okay for men. Drives me insane. You're probably thinking, why do you even watch Love Island? I love a bit of reality, but people are absolute fucking dicks. So we're basically up to date, and this guy here was paired up with a girl, and a bombshell came in and chose him, and he was just baffled as to why she chose him, because he thought, we don't have anything in common, we don't really have much to talk about, but his partner that he was with was like, oh, he must be giving her signals or whatever, but he genuinely wasn't, right? So she was showing him that she didn't really trust him, but then he was telling the bombshell, oh, I'm going to put effort into you, I'm going to give you a chance because I wasn't given a chance in Casa last time. But then he was sneaking away with his ex-partner and kissing her and stuff behind people's backs. Now, he should have just been honest about it. He should have just said, look, she was my partner, I'm still getting to know her, and I'm going to take you for chats and stuff. But he just totally lied about it. So the bombshell ended up seeing him kissing his ex-partner, and she's like, that right, he's a snake, I don't trust him, blah, blah, blah. Fair enough. So she ended up choosing somebody else, and he got back with his partner. So now another bombshells came in, and all of a sudden he's like really loving her and thinking she's amazing, right? And he's just basically dropped this other girl. And when he was talking to her about it, she was trying to play it cool, right? She obviously didn't want to show that she was embarrassed or that she was upset. And she's like, right, okay. And he's like, oh, you're so cool, I knew you'd understand, oh, you're so cool. And it's like, are you that fucking stupid? I know that guys can be oblivious to feelings sometimes, but it's just the way. I mean, I've seen it happen a million times. They'd be like, oh, it's so cool that you're not bothered. And it's like, obviously I'm fucking bothered. What do you want me to do? Fucking throw a hissy fit and beg you to stay with me forever? So he's like, oh, it's so cool that you understand. Like, I really like her, blah, blah, blah. So then later, the girl went back up to talk to him, and she was like that, look, I'm not happy. You've hurt my feelings, blah, blah, blah. And then he switches on the waterworks. Emotional manipulation at its best. It's so embarrassing to watch, right? He went away and he's like, oh, I'm so upset. After he just told the new girl that he really liked her and that he could see a future with him, he's sitting telling his ex-partner, oh, I think you're a really great girl and I really like you. I don't know if you're the right one for me, but he's like turning on the waterworks, and she's like, oh, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Fuck his feelings. He didn't take her feelings into consideration. Because men don't show emotion a lot of women are taken back by it, and it's like, oh, he must be really hurt if he's crying. No, he's fucking playing the emotional blackmail game. The guy whose feelings were previously hurt because his partner said to somebody else that she was 50-50 on them, he was on a date with a bombshell, and he was like, oh, I just don't understand the way she was. Like, I think that you should be honest with your partner. Don't do something without speaking to them about it first. Like, if she wanted to choose somebody else to kiss during the task, she should have came to me and told me. If she wanted to go and tell him they were like 50-50, she should have came to me and told me first. Then the next thing, when he's on the date with this bombshell, she's like, oh, I really want to kiss you, and he kisses her. I didn't see him toddling along back to the villa to say, oh, by the way, she's asked me to kiss her, so I'm going to kiss her. I'm taking your feelings into consideration. Like, do people listen to the words that come out of their own mouths? It fucking drives me insane. But anyway, that's me fully up to date. I'm going to be watching it every day now and do some updates, and I know that nobody's probably going to watch these videos because everybody will have watched the full thing because it's already been on in America. But I've got nothing else to watch, so why not?